feel that the product assortment, the redemption room or counter, really drives the gameplay. One of your, areas to make money in your center is obviously going to be your arcade games. And, if people see what they can play for and it's not very appealing or, it's just empty, you're going to see less people excited to want to give you money to try to earn those prizes. So, we'll go into it more later on the details, but we really feel like a strong, product offering is really going to drive that gameplay and especially want people, make people want to come back to your center.
For sure. And why is the quality of those prizes important? That's actually one thing I'm really curious to learn about.
Yeah. So I think we've all, we've gone to a redemption center either as a kid or a parent or, older sibling type of thing. And, there's a lot of lower priced items in there, which a lot of people are just going to discount as junk, because you're spending 5 tickets, it's going to be, that's a penny product, that type of thing. So parents understand value and dollars spent, everything like that. So it's good to have a mixture of, high quality products so that customers and the parents don't feel ripped off when they leave. The worst thing you want is someone to spend 50, 100, $200 and then feel like they got ripped off when they left your center. So, if you can provide them with an assortment products either that are unique, something that you don't see every day. So maybe the actual value is not high, but the perceived value is there. It's gonna add to that experience, and it's just gonna make them more willing to spend their money and more willing to spend more time in your center.
For sure. And do you recommend like a mix of different prizes? So you have those higher tier prizes as well as lower tier prizes?
Yeah, so depending on the size and the area, we kind of do a mixture of different ticket values. When it comes to kind of licensed versus unlicensed, because licensed obviously going to be more expensive. We usually use the 80-20 rule. So about 80% of your product will be more generic. It could be high value and high ticket value, but it's more generic. And then 20% is going to be more of your licensed product, more flash items, more, this movie's coming out, so let's get the Marvel stuff up and that type of thing.
For sure, for sure. So, what are some of the things that FEC owners don't think about when it comes to redemption? Like, for instance, in our previous conversations, you mentioned the importance of presentation, right? Making sure that your counter is staged in a certain way, or following certain holiday themes, let's say. So, what are some of the things that maybe FEC owners aren't thinking about?
Yeah, like you said, I think a lot of it's the presentation and just there's a lot of little things that go into it. If a customer comes up to your counter and it's the glass cases are covered in fingerprints, they don't look like they've been wiped down in weeks, that's going to be a little bit of a turnoff. When you're stocking your crane machines, you want to stock them in a stadium way where all of the eyes are kind of facing down to the kid that's playing the game. If you go to the grocery store, you'll notice in the cereal aisle, a lot of times the boxes up top are looking down because the character on the box is looking at the child and they make that connection there. So when you go to a crane machine and things are just thrown in there and there's butts in there and there's just, a mess in there, it's not quite the same appeal as, it being merchandised correctly, that customer satisfaction there. So I think a lot of times people, the redemption room's not always front and center. It's kind of sometimes in the corner and sometimes forgotten about. And there are, owners and operators that also have a feeling that they're junk and they don't really, maintain it as well. And I think if you have that, idea about it, your customers are gonna have that same idea about it. So to me, it's a lot of just the little pieces of the cleanliness and the attention to detail, making sure things are stocked. And if they're not, at least cleaned and presentable.